Well folks, welcome back to the workshop. This evening we have something totally different for you. New tool day, but a new tool with a difference. This is a serious piece of kit, this one. A Creality Falcon 2 22 watt laser cutting machine. This is a new one for me. Never tried one of these before. Creality sent me in this here to test out and do a wee feature video on it to see what it's like. This is a new one, so we're going to have to unbox it, test it out, see how we can use it as a complete and utter novice, because I've never used one of these before and I'm very interested to see what it's like. So what have they sent in? They sent in the actual laser unit. This is the 22 watt Falcon 2 laser cutter. You also get a 10 watt and a 40 watt laser as well, so this is the in-between one. Slice through timber up to 6mm thick. I can actually cut a little bit of steel plate as well. Very, very thin, mind you. It's mainly for engraving steel, not actually cutting. And also they sent in the honeycomb base. We'll get into that later. Let's get into the main one, the actual laser. My two boys have already beat me to this and got onto it. Started decorating the box for me. But luckily they didn't get onto the laser. Ooh. Look at this. Little troubleshooting guide. We workflow guide. So what have we got? This is the main frame. This is the linear arm and the mount. And this is the accessories. Right. This is the actual laser unit, compressor, some safety glasses, and the accessory box. That aside, it also comes with another steel plate in the box. This is just for the base, for your work material to sit on top of, so the laser can cut on top of it. If you don't put this down, it's going to cut into your work surface as well. This is just a cheaper alternative if you don't go for the actual honeycomb table. So you don't need that one. Look at this for a piece of kit. Nice. It's a nice heavy unit there. I wasn't expecting that. Fairly solid as well. All aluminium frame, aluminium arm and mounts. The control panel. Nice emergency stop button as well. And very cool little key to arm it as well. Let's pull this out, see what it's like. So what have we got? We've got a wee touchscreen display, arm button, emergency stop, non button at the side. Actual frame, it's quite decent. It's all extruded aluminium, bolted together, which is not light. It's quite thick. Two stepper motors, one under here, one over here, that are running on steel rails, working on time pulley belts for running it up and down. And it does actually have limit switches on both axes for stopping the machine in case they go too far. If you're programming it yourself and you overshoot, you don't want to crash them. They're to stop it from going too far. They're the limits off the machine. Very nice. So far so good. Now, just say from the start, I am by no means an expert in anything like this here. Never used a laser cutting machine like this. Never set one up. Never even seen one. So this here will be a video on a complete novice perspective. How to set this up from scratch. How to start using it. How difficult is it? Is it any good? Can anybody just take this up and start using it? So let's get it set up and see if we can do anything. So first up is the feet. different positions you can put them to. So I'm just going to space them out as wide as possible. Next up, the little air pump. This little compressor, even on its own, is quite impressive. It's actually a heavy little unit. And its own little silicone rubber feet. Set up like basically a fridge compressor. Should be nice and silent. You'll not hear it vibrating on them wee things. Unbung it. Hook up your hose. Plug it in. I'm not doing anything special, I'm just going by instructions on this. Not doing any other research, not going online, not watching any videos, just doing exactly what the instructions say. Next up is the laser unit itself, wrapped up in a sweet anti-static bag. All metal body on it as well. Wee filtered shield so you can see what's going on. So there's a few wee LED indicators at the front for air, fire and lens. That's for telling you if the lens is dirty or anything, risk of fire, if there's smoke coming off it or anything, and what your air is doing. So this needs to be mounted onto here. And then the cable ticket goes across here. So this all needs to be tidied away. Aha. Everything goes in there. Plug your unit in here. These little Velcro straps, I think these are just to hold the cables together. Keep them neat and tidy. Install a honeycomb then, if you have one. So they supplied this, so I might as well use it. I think we're just about good to go. Now the wee USB comes with a few samples already. I've already moved one into the actual SD card here. Stick this onto the side. Not necessary, but let's admit, very cool. Key for arming it. All we need is something to cut. The next thing you need to do is actually set the height of the laser off the actual timber you're going to cut. It actually comes with a wee setting guide, not just a wee piece of plastic like I thought it was, actual piece of aluminium as well. So you have to use this to set the laser. You're just dropping the laser until the frame sits on top of this block. That's it. Tighten up your screws and you're good to go. Let's see what she's like. Power on. Emergency stop off. Switch her on. So that's your wee compressor running over here. Another fan is actually for your laser. It has its own fan for keeping it cool. See the air light starts flashing red. It's not getting enough airflow from the compressor. Orange is just okay. Increase it a bit more. Goes green. So there's good enough airflow for cutting now. All you need to do now is press frame. That's whenever you're ready to cut and you're happy with it, hit start. Now she's cutting. Obviously she's slicing through wood or heat. There's going to be smoke. Look at that. Class. That's sliced straight through, hey? Shut that down. Look at that, hey? You can actually see just how small a gap that makes. It's tiny. That's class, hey? Now to get onto the computer, drop a wee file, see if we can cut something ourselves out here. Maybe get a bit of storage stuff for the boxes or something. Now, as for projects for this here, you have two options. You can go onto some sort of file sharing site where they actually share different programs for different projects, and you can just download them and set them up on your machine, or you can download software yourself and design and make things yourself to actually cut out with the laser. I just went with Lightburn simply because Creality actually recommended this here one as well as another software. It's the first one I seen, so that's one I downloaded. Didn't put any thought into it. So there's probably is other software you can get it, maybe better. I'm just going to use this one. I don't have a big project in mind for this, but I do need one wee thing here in the workshop, so that's what I'm going to make. Software is actually very easy to use. You've got different colors down here for different patterns you want to put on. You can set the actual speed of the laser over here and the intensity of the power. Higher the power, more it's going to cut. You can look up a chart online for which speed and power to be using for which type of cut. Are you cutting straight through? Are you shading? Are you making writing? Are you burning through, making a divot? That sort of stuff. You can create different shapes over here, set the size of them up here, drag things around, copy, paste. Then as you create something, you can set it as a different color, as a different layer, and set the laser to do different things for it. So if you wanted to scorch on some writing first, you could increase the speed, lower the power, just to mark some writing, put on words or a pattern, then create another layer then for actual cutting out, set a different layer and put the power up so it actually cuts it out. Plus you can actually go through and preview everything as well and then create your own code. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a few of these. Now bear in mind, I've never used a laser cutter before, never used the software before. First time ever using it. I have to say, it's very straightforward. Very easy to do. These layers are very handy. Keeps everything separate, you're just working on one thing at a time. So you get more complicated with a more complicated project, especially with a picture. Don't know where you work with a photograph on this, but for actual straight cuts, it's very easy. That looks good. I think I'll try that. Power on. So you have the same controls here on the computer as well, so you can do all this from the computer. So frame her up. where I want to cut. And do I need to do anything else now? I don't think so. Hit start. So just turn the air up. One thing I would say for this here unit, you're definitely going to need some sort of extractor unit if you're using this here inside. It does produce an awful lot of smoke. It is actually burning wood, so it's going to make smoke. You can use it inside, maybe put it near a window or somewhere, but it will make a bad smell, definitely inside a house. I'm out here in a workshop, it's not as bad, I've just got the door open, but still, when this is actually cutting, it does produce a lot of smoke. I think Creality do actually supply a hood cover as well for covering this, and has an extractor unit on it for taking the fumes out, and it actually has a coloured perspex front as well. Look at that. Is that not class? For a first time programming Lightburn and the first time making something myself, even something as simple as this on this Creality Falcon 2, that's pretty impressive. That's cool. Came out nice as well, cut nice and deep. It's not just on the surface, it's actually engraved in. That's the very first cut there. You can see without the wee air compressor. Leaves it a wee bit smudged. But yeah, nice clean cut. All the way through. First pass. First time ever using it. That's cool. What do I want these for? For storage. Now, to be honest, there's not much that can actually go wrong with this thing. There's not a massive amount to it. You have your actual laser unit that actually produces the laser for burning. Metal frame, a few stepper motors, a few limit switches, control panel over this side, and a wee brain box. That's about it. The only other thing that can go wrong is the airflow, or the wee compressor. If you are burning through something or engraving and there is a lot of smoke and you don't have a high enough airflow, if you don't have the airflow set using this adjuster wheel at the side, smoke and debris can start getting up into the laser nozzle and dirty the lens and start giving you a bad cut. That's the only real thing I can see going wrong with this thing. But even that is thought of, because you can clean the lens, or you can remove the lens and replace it. You'll see your nozzle here. It's actually where the laser's coming out, and also where the airflow is coming out as well. So that wee shroud cover comes off. If you want to clean it, and your wee accessory box here actually give you a little wipe for getting that and cleaning that. Well, it's quite deep. They also give you a set of plastic tweezers. Easily get on and clean the lens itself. I thought that would have been dirty actually, because I didn't have the compressor on for a little while during that last cut. But yeah, it's not dirty at all. And as well, in case you completely contaminate it or even damage that little lens cover, they actually give you a spare one as well, which you can replace. So underneath here, there's a little brass screw. underneath that wee brass nut is an O-ring and your protective lens cover. Your actual main laser lens is down inside of there. This actually just covers that, makes sure no dirt or debris gets inside. So if you ever start getting a bad cut and you can't get it cleaned, you can just replace that little lens on its own. That'll get you cutting again. Sure that up. Make sure she's tight. And put on your wee shroud again. Very easy to clean and to replace that cover. It's handy. So that's probably the biggest, most complicated piece of maintenance you're going to have to do on it. Very easy to do, very simple. So let's try and make another wee thing here now. So there's different ways to actually create projects on this. You can create it yourself on the likes of Lightburn, that's your software. Make up the project yourself and use the Creality Falcon 2 to cut it out. Or the first one I done, just a few wee samples that actually Creality sent along with it. Or you can go online and download ready-made projects. Things like boxes, jigsaw puzzles, wee coasters, loads of different stuff online. I've actually went on and downloaded a little jigsaw puzzle to try myself here. A little freebie just from online. Somebody's already created the G-code and just put it up for free. I think there's other sites you actually buy different projects as well. So there's different ways to load it. You can put it onto Lightburn again and run the laser through the laptop. You can put the code again onto the micro USB and just put it directly into here. So the laser will cut this here with the G code on the micro USB itself. No need for a laptop. Let's give that a wee go. So that's it framed up, ready to go. Airflow. If you turn it down too low, you get a red light. You want it at least to be between orange and green. So I'll just go a little bit higher to keep it on the green. Let's compressor down as low as possible and still have a green light. So then when everything's all set up, continue with frame and you should just be able to hit go. Thought that cut a wee bit quick. It's actually just a pattern, it's not a jigsaw at all. Didn't cut through. Ran very fast for it to be able to actually cut through. What if I can quickly change that? Should be fairly simple. Try that again. Frame her up. It's her framed up. Let go. You can see the actual feed rate has dropped considerably. That's giving the laser more time to cut through instead of just marking. Look at that. One jigsaw cut through this time. That's cool. Well, there we have it, folks. The Creality Falcon 2 laser cutter. What a piece of kit. Cut through 2mm to 6mm timber, or you can actually mark and pattern stainless steel. Like I said, this is the 22 watt one. You also do get a 40 watt laser as well. Cut through even thicker materials, works a lot faster, and I can do stainless steel or steel plate as well. Very cool. Honestly, this sort of stuff, when I was younger at college, was the only sort of thing you could get in college. That's the only place you're going to use something like this, or working for industry. Far too expensive to ever buy or actually use. Now you can buy them for yourself as a hobby. It's crazy, like, when you think about it. An actual laser cutter. Quality of the unit, very nice. Decent build quality. Couldn't really fault it, to be honest. Nicely put together. It's a nice sturdy frame and it's very, very accurate. It's a nice quality piece of kit, to be honest. For the money, you could not go wrong with it. Only downside I can actually see to it is you're definitely going to need some sort of extractor fan to actually take away the smoke as the thing's burning through. There is quite a bit of smoke and you would need to deal with that there. Apart from that, I can't see a thing wrong with this. Could not get more simpler than that. Brilliant piece of kit. Very easy to use. Anybody could set this up and use it at home themselves. No problem. The most difficult thing about this here is if you're going to make your own codes, design your own projects, actually setting up light burn and designing things yourself, it's probably going to be the most complicated part of this here. But even that is only going to take a little bit of time and effort, and you'll soon get the basics of it. But actually using the machine, it's as simple as plugging it in and hitting start. That's class. Maintenance on it, can't see there being much maintenance, apart from maybe cleaning out the laser every once in a while and checking that lens, keeping the thing cleaned down, making sure the runners and belts aren't getting fouled up. I mean, it's a laser at the end of the day. It's not making any debris or dust or anything. It's burning through the timber and it's only producing smoke. Take away the smoke, you've nothing left to actually clean up. It's a very clean cutting machine, so there's no mess left behind to actually build up on the unit itself. Very cool. Verdict on it, what do I think? Definitely recommend it. Very easy to use, very accurate. And this company, Creality as well, looking them up. They only do a few of these here. They actually specialise in 3D printers. So this here is a breeze compared to that. It's a nice quality unit. And for the money, for the actual quality and everything you're getting, it's for nothing, to be honest. Yeah, definitely recommend it. Especially for anybody just starting out, thinking of getting into something like this here. These here laser cutters, wanting to try them out. Definitely one I would recommend. Definitely one to watch out for. Creality Falcon 2, folks. Check them out.